Whew, took long enough.
Let's get it. Geeks, what's poppin'? We've got Thor. Now this is Galactus' Herald Thor from the comic books. And what's crazy is I just realized, as much as a fan of Thor as I am, this is the first comic book Thor that I'm opening up. All my other Thors I've opened up have been MCU, so I gotta get on it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the box. Thor does the unthinkable when he becomes the newest Herald of Galactus, aligning with the Great Devourer to stop an even greater threat. Barcode if you need it. This guy is hard to find right now. I got him from CMD store in Canada. Backdrop is the same color scheme as the rest of the wave, but they have Thor's hammer on there. That's the same hammer they use in a couple of the Thors, including the Ragnarok one, which I have not reviewed yet, but it's sitting right by my foot. Alright, so there he is in his plastic. He's got a few things going on. He's got this lightning effect. He's got this super cosmic powered charged up version of Mjolnir, and we're not going to talk about that right now. And he's got what appears to be Odin's ravens. Now, I haven't read the storyline, so those could be different ravens. I'm assuming those are the same ones that usually serve his father. Alright, this was my most anticipated figure of 2022 so far, and much to my chagrin, he will not stand up. Now, I've seen chatter online about him, and everybody's going crazy over him, so I think it's just mine, because I haven't seen any complaints about him not standing up. But I tried him with a peg stand. I tried him in a couple different poses. I just can't get his feet to balance out that cape. Very, very disappointed. All right, let's take a moment to bask in all of his new sculpt but not standing glory. Keith Lee. So as you can see, I found out one way that I can get him to stand, but it's not reliable. I edited it out, but he fell about 6 times, so even that's not that sturdy. So I'm super disappointed because I thought I was going to love this figure. And so far, I do love him looks-wise, but the fact that he can't stand up, is a bummer. When he becomes widely available, I'll see if I can get another one. Hopefully that one will work better. But he's having the same problem that Mobius did. If you look at his feet, the toes, see how they slightly point downward? So that way, when you put them on a flat surface, you see that? For the heels to touch, the toes have to point upwards, and he's going to fall backwards. And then the added weight of the cape does him in. So like I said, hopefully it's just mine, and you're not having the same. So the head sculpt is good. I think most of the pieces, or not all of them, are all new. We haven't seen this head before. We haven't seen this hair. The arms look new as well. But then again, these could have been used on an older Thor. I'll have to check it up now that they have that handy dandy buck list out. But it is a single jointed elbow, so that is disappointed. And the knees are pegged, hidden by little armored knee spike pads. So he's not pinless. Do like the outfit though. I like the white pop. Paint's a little sloppy. You can see the white coming off onto his abdomen there, but it does have that chainmail look to it. Not quite what we had on the Captain America 20th anniversary, but still good enough. I like this loop to hold Mjolnir. It's nice and big, so you don't have to worry about squeezing it in there or ripping it. You just pop it in there, and it's on his side. His armor looks good. Looks very reminiscent of the armor on the Thor from, I think it was the Terex wave. Now, I haven't opened it, but I have looked at it in the package. Cape is cool. I like this white stripe going down the side, and I like how under it you have the two-tone purple and red. Do have some stray white paint there. Now, you look through this wave and you wonder why the rest of the figures did not get the same attention to detail. They range from meh to awesome, and everything in between. Shoulder armor flaps up. Lift his loin. Check out his Asgardian Speedos. I do like this nice chrome finish. Kind of reminds me of that Mark 1 armor Spider-Man that we got last year. And the boots look good, except for these dang toes that won't point up. And here's why I think it is mine, because you see that gap there? That means there's room for it to point up. But mine just won't go. Maybe if I put some heat on it. Because I'm pushing it up and you see the shoe is touching it, but the joint's actually not moving. So I'll put some heat on it after review and post an update later. Alright, so this head. Curious if it's going to turn with all that hair. Alright, so careful with the hair. It does get caught up on the outfit. It is a tough turn. Yep, it's a tough turn. Pops off. I don't think you can get a 360 with that. No, I can't get a 360 without it popping off. That's as far as it goes before it pops off. I have to go a little bit farther in the other direction. No head. It doesn't really look down. It doesn't stay. And doesn't really look up because of the hair. Arms go up yay high. Cannot stand flat. Cannot stand flat. Hug range. Wingspan. Single jointed elbow. Barely gives you better than 90 degrees. You have 360 at the arm, and the shoulder armor does go around with you. That's good. 360 the bicep. 360 at this elbow joint. And then 360 at the wrist. You got one vertical hinge, so you can get the Kiss the Ring and Repulsor Blast. Then you got a horizontal hinge over there, so you can point the hammer up and down. Now we do have, it looks like, some torso articulation here. So you get a full 360. He does crunch forward. Crunch back. You can lean with it, as well as rock with it. And you can get a full roll on there. Any waist action here? Let's see. Nope, nothing at the waist. You do get a 360 at the thigh. Nope, no 360 at the calf. And you get 360 at the foot. The bend, split range, band damage, double jointed pin knees, give you good range, you can almost kick his butt. Prancer, no kind of dancer. He shows up to the party at just under 7 inches. There he is next to the US Agent and Doc Ock. And the movie Venom, because he's a big boy. Alright, I don't know about you, but I've been ready to render my verdict. Listen! This is the most disappointed I've been in an action figure, much less a Marvel Legend, in a long time. He's pretty stunning. He's great to look at. When I heard they were doing it, when I heard it was an all new mold, I was excited. I thought we were going to get something that we could use a lot going forward, which they probably still will, but I'm not sure if I want it. He looks good. The outfit's good. The head sculpt is great. Neck articulation is poor. He has single jointed elbows, so it gives him limited range. Pinned knees. Not to mention, my paint deco is pretty sloppy, and he can't stand up. Like I said, I haven't seen anybody else complain about this. Now that I've done my review, I can go look at other people's reviews and see. I'm going to try and put some heat on him, but I don't know if that's going to help because those joints on the feet just don't look like they have the range to move. Probably as big as big time letdown Spidey that Shards did a few years ago. Like, I thought this was going to be a figure of the year candidate for me. I've been bigging this up. Some of you know in the comments, I've been talking cash trash about how awesome this figure is just based on what I saw on the internet. And now that I have it in hand, I'm so disappointed. I'm hoping that when I get my hands on another one that I'll feel differently. But right now, as good as he looks, that's not enough to do it for me. Sometimes the looks will win it over, like, oh, look on the shelf. But the only pose I can get him in is that pose where he has his left foot forward and his right foot back. And even now I had him standing, but right before I hit record, he leaned back onto my cardboard stand. So he's actually not standing up, he's leaning. They gave you the Ravens, but I don't see anywhere on him to put them. Like, usually it'd be a slot or something. I had to bounce one on his shoulder, bounce one on his hand, and the wings are actually touching the cardboard to help hold it up. So a little disappointed there too. They gave us some accessories that really aren't that usable. Now, if I'm missing something, let me know in the comments, because I didn't see anything on his outfit that was made to hold the Ravens. All right, so let me know what you think. Am I being too hard on this guy, or am I right to be disappointed?
All right, so quick update. I rendered my verdict, and most of it still stands. I did a cup of water for 4 minutes, stuck his ankles in there in a Ziploc bag, able to loosen up. Now he can stand. Now, it's not a huge difference. It's not like he's super dynamic. That cape is still heavy. His balance is still pretty wonky, but at least I can get him to stand with his feet flat on the ground. So that's going to open him up for more poses. I'll probably have to boil him again because they're still a little bit hard to work with, but the fact that I can get him to stand up without pointing his toe down or doing that angle I was doing before, that's a big plus. So all my complaints still are there, except for the ability to pose him, because I'm sure now I can get him into more dynamic poses. And like I said, if I boil him one more time, I think I can get it to work. Now, I shouldn't have to boil him 2 times just to get him to stand up and pose, but I'll take it. At least I don't have to exchange him now and look for another one. But again, the other complaints are still there, still got the blemishes. And one thing I noticed after my review, his arms, I don't remember if I mentioned before, they were limited, but they're really limited, because I was trying to do a pose where he held his hammer out up this way and kind of straight, like, you know how he kind of holds it up and out at an angle with his arm in front of him. It doesn't quite get there. So it's either up or forward, but not up and forward. It's a little bit weird. Again, the articulation on him could have been a lot better. All right, that's all. I just wanted to let you know that I changed my mind a little bit. All right, deuces.
Make sure to sound off. Make sure to talk to me in the comments. I love it. Hit that like button, subscribe, turn notifications, keep on coming back. Share a link to this channel with a plastic loving friend. Till next time, geek out of here.